Hi, RFDC. Now, today is Friday, and as some of you may know, on Fridays I'm going to be reading a chapter of my book. I'm going to read the book I am currently on, and I'm going to read chapter 1 tonight, and then obviously chapter 2 next Friday, and so on. Now I'm going to have to set this phone because Real Play does not play a lot of things back, like doesn't play long videos back. But the other thing is, I've got to warn you, there is swearing, okay, in my book. So if you don't like swearing, I would stop watching this video right now. Oh God, people are ashamed of me. Okay, I'll just set the phone. So remember, there may be things in here, in this book, that some viewers may find distressing. And the other thing, I will not be able to look at the webcam because I'll have to read the book, and you'll probably hear a noise, and that will either be this, but it could also be the keyboard because I'll have to keep going down with the arrows to read it. So yeah. Okay, I'll begin, and I'll try and read as clearly as possible. Okay. Let's start. Chapter 1. I stole the money just before I left for school. Mum was in the kitchen, and Dad, well, he was dead. He died a few years ago of a heart attack, and ever since then, Mum has had to bring up me and my two brothers, Richard and Ryan, up as a single mum. I was the youngest of 14, Ryan 16, and Richard was the oldest of 17. Most people said Mum had done a brilliant job with Richard. He had a job which he had held down since the age of 16, and had never been into trouble in or outside of school itself. I and Ryan, however, were a different story. Ryan was in with a gang of lads who went around shoplifting and doing other petty crimes, and I had joined a few months earlier and had got involved with the crimes. Mum knew about Ryan and his gang and had tried many methods to make him break away from them. She didn't know that I was involved too though, and I knew I was her favourite son because she often called me her perfect little boy. But as I had started spending less and less time with Ryan and his gang of mates, and had begun shoplifting alone. Okay, it had only been the odd pen, and admittedly I had sometimes swiped the odd chocolate bar or two. Big wow. But recently I had started stealing cash, even from my own mother's purse. But as I stuffed $2 into my jacket pocket, I heard someone come into the hall. In a panic, I turned swiftly, knocking the purse onto the floor. "Oi, Rex," Richard said, coming in at that moment. "What's going on?" "No," I shrugged, trying not to look guilty as I bent down to pick up Mum's purse. This just dropped on the floor. Richard gave me a suspicious look before saying abruptly, "It's time you and Ryan were off. He's waiting for you." I didn't reply and followed Richard back into the hall where Ryan was standing by the door, his school bag slung over one shoulder. "Come on," he shouted, grabbing me by the neck of my coat and pushing me roughly towards the door. "Oi, don't manhandle him," Mum said suddenly, appearing at the doorway to the kitchen. Ryan ignored her, and I opened the door. A blast of cold air hit us as I stepped out. "What's the rush anyways?" I asked, letting Ryan take the lead. "No," he said, just gotta be somewhere." "Oh?" I said. "Are we going to pick Jeremy up on the way?" Jeremy had first met Richard when joining the school, and Richard had then introduced him to me and Ryan when he brought him back for tea one night. He was a year younger than Ryan, and a year older than me, and was due to leave next year. This saddened me, because I'd still have another year to go before leaving myself, but Jeremy had promised to keep in touch, and meet up with me regularly. "You can pick him up," Ryan said now. "I've got business to deal with." "Why? Where are you going?" I asked, taken aback by his response. "Mind your own business," he said. "But what business is it?" "Nothing for your ears," he said. "Are you bunking?" I asked. "Might be," he shrugged. "But if you dare tell Mum, you're in for it. Get me?" I nodded. "To this business," I said as we stopped by a roadside. "Can I come?" "No, I've already told you. It's not for you to meddle in." The alarm. Okay, 7 minutes up already and I'm not even off page 1, so next part will be part 2. See you in a minute.